One man is dead after a crash on I-64 West late last night. Thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Alex Dieterer. Jeffersontown police responded to reports of a single car crash around 9:40 last night. That's just west of the Blankenbaker Parkway exit. During the investigation, officers say a car left the road and crashed, killing the driver, a 54-year-old man who was pronounced dead at the scene. This investigation is ongoing. Well, the 2025 Harvest Homecoming comes to a close today and has looked a little bit different this year than it has in years past. This year, there were no rides and a large law enforcement presence. This comes after a shooting last year took the life of a high school football player and injured others. WHAS11's Clarice Shaley spoke to a survivor coming back to the festival a year later.
A year after being shot in the leg at Harvest Homecoming, Brendan Hagan is back and says that he's walking fine. Multiple surgeries later, Brendan Hagan walks through downtown New Albany, enjoying the food and drinks of Harvest Homecoming. The annual fall festival looks a little different this year. There were no rides in the parking lot where Hagan was shot. Only cars and a memorial for another person who was killed in the shooting remain in the spot. Hagan talks about being back a year later.
It felt weird, but it was like, I don't know, it was just like, it's kind of like if it didn't even happen, but it did. It was just weird. I kind of try to forget about it. Living life, I'm doing good. Just like I said, living another day and take care of my family. That's it.
Bryce Gerlach, the 18-year-old Cordon Central High School football player who was killed during last year's festival, has been mourned by all in the area. Many people have donated money and held fundraisers for his family. A Bryce Gerlach Memorial Foundation has been created in his honor. Hagan takes every day, one step at a time, knowing how much worse his situation could have been. In New Albany, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
This year, the festival had enhanced security with new barriers and increased patrols amid expected crowds of 700,000 visitors. Hagan and his partners say they felt safe coming back to Harvest Homecoming this year. And 5 young men were charged in last year's shooting. Isaiah Page is charged with murder in the case. His jury trial is scheduled for January of next year. 18-year-old Demarius Person took a plea deal earlier this year and was sentenced in May to 7 years in jail. Darius Tuff was also sentenced in April to more than 10 years in prison. Michael Smith had his murder charge dropped in July, and Joshua Smith pleaded guilty in February. He was sentenced to 8 years in prison with 2 years of probation. We'll take a look right here at your screen at these pictures. LMPD is asking for your help in identifying 4 people of interest after a theft spree. Police say 4 people with guns in a light-colored SUV were targeting homes and cars in the city's 3rd Division. The 3rd Division includes neighborhoods like Valley Station, PRP, and Fairdale. Police are also warning you to be extra cautious and to lock your doors. If you have any information, please call the anonymous tip line. That number is 574 LMPD. Former Bardstown Mayor and historian Dixie Hibbs will be laid to rest tomorrow. Her visitation began earlier this afternoon and runs until 8 tonight at the Holland Greenwell Funeral Home in Bardstown. Her obituary says there will be additional visitation hours tomorrow morning from 9 to 10:45. Her funeral will also be held tomorrow at the Basilica of St. Joseph Cathedral in Bardstown, and that'll start at 11 tomorrow morning. Hibbs died at the age of 83. This afternoon, Bardstown Road, which is the busiest road in the Highlands, transformed into a car-free street as cycluvia returned. From Grinstead Drive to Douglas Boulevard, the road was filled with families who were walking, biking, and skating, enjoying live music, local shops, and restaurants along the way. Organizers say cycluvia is part of a global movement to promote active transportation and connect communities through open streets. Daniel Morgan, who is a participant this year, says the event is a great time to catch up with friends and enjoy the ride.
Biking brings its own hazards, and so when you're in a space that is clearly designed for biking, it's great to be able to take advantage of that and really enjoy it. There's no pressure. You're not trying to break any land speed records or anything. You're just trying to have fun and just enjoy being on 2 wheels and let the wind blow over you.
Since its start more than a decade ago, back in 2012, cycluvia has drawn thousands to different neighborhoods across Louisville, celebrating community, sustainability, and local businesses. President Donald Trump is heading to the Middle East today, where he will co-chair a summit to officially end the war between Israel and Hamas. The peace deal consists of multiple parts. In the first phase, Hamas has agreed to release the remaining people held hostage for more than 700 days. Tens of thousands of Palestinians have died, and that includes children. Nearly 2 million have been displaced since October 7th, 2023. In the first phase of the 20-point plan, Hamas has agreed to release all remaining 48 Israeli hostages, 20 of whom are believed to be alive, and that's supposed to happen by Monday. In early exchange, nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners in Israel will be freed.
Our hostages have been at the forefront of this war, in our minds at all times.
Trump is expected to meet with hostage families in Israel tomorrow before heading to Egypt, where he'll meet with leaders of more than 20 countries to discuss the next steps of this plan. Egypt's border with Gaza, the Rafah crossing, is a key corridor to getting aid into Gaza while the area rebuilds.